Hi, and welcome to Community Hotline. I'm Monica Weitzel. We're here at MetroEast Community Media in Gresham. Tonight we are going to be talking with the Portland Women's Expo Foundation. And here to represent the foundation is Jamie Ale. You're a spokesperson for the foundation and you are the community relations person, correct? Welcome. Nice to have you here. And CC Barber, you are also one of the spokespersons or spokespeople for the Expo. I'm glad to have you here tonight.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Now, when I first heard about the Portland Women's Expo, originally it was from my sisters because they have gone many times and really enjoy it. And I didn't really understand quite all what it was about. Maybe you could tell us a little bit of history, perhaps, about how it got started and why it was started and why this is a nonprofit.
Yeah. So the Women's Expo show, it's our #1 fundraiser, and we're trying to build a women and children's resource center in the Portland Metro. Women and homelessness is an issue, especially when children are involved, and overnight care and shelters and things like that. So there is a need, and there isn't enough help in the Portland metro area currently. So the Building Hope Foundation was established in 2012 to start in the effort to get this started. And that's what we do. We spend all year producing and getting businesses that are local to come be a part of this event. Wow. And we hold an on-site auction, and all those proceeds from the auctioned items go to the foundation's bank to get us closer to that goal. So
tell me about this resource center. Do you have a location where that's going to be? Is it that all still up in the air?
That's still up in the air. We really, we do need to get in line with the right company to really help us get there. The donations that we receive right the auction, it's not enough right now.
Right.
It is small in comparison to what we really want to do, but we're still trying.
It's a huge undertaking. It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to find the property, and then you have to build the building, and then all the things that go into that. But that's where, if we have any community partners out there that want to step up, they'd be. Yes. I'm sure you'd be happy to talk to them.
Oh, definitely.
So the homelessness and the issue of women in that situation. Who started this? I mean, why did this become an issue? Do you know the background on that?
Well, me, not so much. Our operations manager, when he decided to create the nonprofit, he grew up in the area. And from what I understand, was in a household where resources were needed. And, his family his mom had to go search for those items. And so his way of giving back to this community that he's working in and living in is recognizing that problem.
Wow. And that's great. It's especially great from a man, because a lot of times the women have more empathy and understand the situation, but that's, growing up in that environment, I'm sure that was very, very influential on his life. So right now, when you're working to raise money for this, are there things that the foundation does in the meantime for homeless women, or is it, what else do you do?
Yeah, well, thank you for asking. So anything that we can get involved with, volunteer-wise helping, we'd also do. But we hire women whenever we can. When I started almost 2 years ago, there was a woman that was working in the position that I do now, and I would have never guessed in a million years that 2 years prior to me meeting her and working with her, she was living under the bridge.
Really?
Burnside Bridge. And
that's a tough road.
Yeah, and she came in and she did what I do, which is working with businesses to get them to be vendors and present their products to women in Portland. And she came in and she worked really hard, and she gained the confidence to go out and attain another job.
She just needed somebody to give her the chance,
she's
right?
She's self-sufficient. She's married now.
That's right.
And she did all the hard work, but we gave her an opportunity.
Right.
And we've done that since.
Good. I mean, that's great. It really is difficult if you're homeless to get a job, because most places want to have an address on that application, if nothing else. And you know, you don't have the clothing to wear. You don't have a lot of times the social skills. If you've been out in the out in the elements for a long time, that's a very tough place to be. How come you got involved with this, Cece? What is your connection here?
Well, I think that it was kind of serendipitous for me because I saw an ad that the Portland Women's Expo was hiring, and I knew immediately about the event because I've wanted to attend myself for the past 3 years.
Me too.
Yes. And I every time it came up, I was busy or I missed that opportunity. So when I saw the ad that they were hiring for an administrative assistant, I immediately applied.
And you got the job.
I did. But what's interesting is that the night before the interview, when I was going over the information about the organization and the show, that's when I realized that it was a nonprofit. And also when I realized how special of a nonprofit it is. Yeah. And I think one thing that's really important is that homelessness and domestic violence are really uncomfortable to talk about. And I think it affects more people than we realize.
Oh, I'm sure you're right about that, because so many people don't want to talk about it. They
Right.
don't report it. It's shameful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially now, especially in these times.
Because women are encouraged to speak out and they're encouraged to get out of those situations, but that's not easy to do.
Right.
Yeah. So have you worked with, you said you had the one woman you'd hired that was homeless, and then there was other people that you've worked with. How do you encourage people that are in that situation to get out of it and move on? How does the foundation help with the Expo? Explain how that all ties together. Because I understand the Expo has many different vendors and services, and is it something that a homeless person could go to and benefit from, or somebody's a victim of domestic violence, or is this just a fundraiser to help those people?
It's both, really.
Yeah, there's so we spend all year planning the event and working the event, but any opportunity that someone knocks on our door and is needing to attain some type of professional atmosphere experience.
Right.
We've had interns that come in and they knock on our door.
That's
somehow
right. So you have a reputation.
somehow they end up on our doorstep, and we are more than happy to provide them with the essential job opportunity to pick up the phone and make phone calls for us, or send emails, things of that nature.
Yeah. And you probably use the help.
Yeah. So and so the job duties are different. I mean, they come together and they tie together. We have to focus and work really hard to make sure that the Women's Expo event at the convention center is a success.
Right.
That way, the higher the attendance that we have and the more people that come, the more opportunity we get for donations to go to our ultimate big cause.
That makes sense.
Which
so
is
you work
the
very hard on
resource
making
center.
it something that the vendors want to come back to, and that the guests want to come back to. I think we have a little promotional piece from last year's event I want to take a look at. Do you know how many people attended last year?
Yeah, last year was 11,100, and our show grew this year to 90,000 square feet, and we're projecting 15,000 women.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. And men can come if they want.
Oh,
of course.
Yes. Men did come last year.
Okay, good. Well, let's take a look at that video and see what it's all about.
Yeah.
The 2015 Portland Women's Expo is coming to the Oregon Convention Center March 21st. We are the largest consumer event for women in Oregon. Enjoy the food, fun, music, and shopping with over 400 exhibits. Our local vendor exhibits include an active women's area, massage garden, our super popular beauty bar, the beer, wine, and spirits garden, the Love Yourself First fashion show, and many more. Get tickets now at pdxwomensexpo.org and treat yourself Saturday, March 21st at the Oregon Convention Center.
I see you have a lot of sponsors there on that, and you probably can't do it without your sponsors, can you?
We absolutely cannot do this without our sponsors.
Thank goodness for that. Thank goodness for those community partners that really pick up the slack and come in where you need them. So tell us a little bit about the event. This is at the Oregon Convention Center, right?
Yep.
And how many years have you done this now?
So right now the ownership has been going since 2011. Okay. The Convention Center has seen the Women's Expo ongoing at their event center for over 20 years.
Oh, has it been that long?
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. So it's switched hands a few times.
Yeah. So it wasn't always associated with a nonprofit, or was it?
No, yeah, the nonprofit factor was in place as of 2012.
Wow, so that's fairly new.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So when people go to this, it's March 21st, correct?
Yeah.
And that's a Saturday?
It's a Saturday.
10 to 6. What can people expect when they go in there, when you show up? What can you expect to find there?
Well, a lot of excitement.
I bet. It looked like fun.
It's going to be busy. Now, the first 5,000 women that come will receive a swag bag.
Oh, nice.
And that usually, women will line up hours before opening to make sure they get one of these fancy swag bags.
Are you two going to be stuffing the bags yourselves? And get
well, so they're going to get the swag bag. They'll go into the gifting lounge and they'll select their swag. And swag is,
yeah. In the past, they were pre-stuffed.
Yeah,
but
I've never been to one where you got to select your own swag.
So
that's cool.
They'll go into the gifting lounge, then they'll head into the sponsor area where all the VIP sponsors, our big sponsors, will be there to meet and greet them. But we've got 8 destinations. There's a beauty bar.
I saw that.
Yeah, Portland Beauty School. We've got 2 beer and wine lounges with amazing beer, wine, and local distilleries.
Mostly local.
Oh yeah, I think we've all the Southwest, Oregon, Washington.
Yeah, craft beers and
Massage Garden, the Body Bunch is going to host the Massage Garden.
Nice.
Gorn Plastic Surgery is going to do the med spa.
Plastic surgery?
Yes, Gorn Plastic Surgery is going to go all out this year.
Wow.
Our main stage performance, fashion show, Paul Mitchell, the school, is going to do the fashion show for us this year. And just a plethora of amazing nonprofits that see value in our show, see value in marketing to 15,000 local women, because they just cannot find that many women in one place anywhere else.
Yeah. So there will be commercial vendors and nonprofits represented there, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And how many different vendors and nonprofits do you get? Do you know?
This year, total sponsors included were about 400. Wow. Food vendors, alcohol vendors.
Yeah. So everything. It really runs the gamut of all different kinds of services and businesses and products, right?
Yeah, we have a very, very diverse vendor lineup. We are not just health, beauty, and nutrition, and we've got a lot of fantastic companies that are like that. But we also have local doctors that are coming out, service type industries that don't have any product to sell, but want the women of Portland to know of their product and think of them when they need to utilize their service.
What's one of the most unusual ones you can think of? Can you think of any unusual businesses, maybe something new that you haven't had before?
Something new?
There's so many fun ones.
There really is. I tell people when I get the opportunity to talk to them about the show that they say, what kind of vendors do you have? And I'm like, anything you can think of, we'll be there.
Really?
I will just tell you that this year there's a lot of new and trending products. Yeah. And so if they come to the show, they're going to see them. There's a couple that are in my mind, but they're going to have to come to the show to find out.
Okay, so there's a little teaser there. Yeah,
they are new and trending products.
Okay, so there'll be the fashion show, there'll be the beauty bar, the massage bar, the beer and wine, garden spirits.
Active women's area too, I forgot to mention that. Oh,
so what are you going to do? You have a little Zumba class or something?
Dividend Studios is going to sponsor it. They're going to put on a show over there. So they've got some great vendors in the active women's area.
Outdoor life, so.
Okay, yeah. You will pretty much cover the gamut.
We're getting it all.
Shooting, I mean, anything you can imagine. Yeah. anything you can imagine.
We're just about out of time already. Okay. Any last words you want to share? I know you're looking forward to this for your first time.
I am, yes. And you did ask earlier if we were doing any sort of community outreach or if we had any portions of the foundation that we're working on right now. And one of the things we did this year was reach out to the local churches. So I personally called over 100 churches to inquire about any women that might be going through a hard time right now or really could utilize a great fun event, a great day out.
Great.
We'll have lots of free services at the event, including free health screenings, in addition to the massage garden and the beauty bar. So we have gotten some responses on that, and we're looking forward to getting those women out to our show that wouldn't have
probably
necessarily been there otherwise.
Need a little pick-me-up right
exactly.
now.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll be a good time of year. We'll be so sick of the weather by then. We'll be just get something fun. Well, thank you both very much for being on here, and thanks for all the hard work you do on this, and I hope that it raises a lot of money and that you continue to raise the money for the Resource Center.
Absolutely.
Thanks for watching Community Hotline, and we've enjoyed having you. We'll see you next week.